Today, first, I'm going to harvest a bunch of things that need to be harvested today before they go bad, and then I'm going to water, and then I'm going to sift the compost. Banner day. Exciting. Okay, what did I get? I got 3 cucumbers. I could have taken more, but I can't do much. So many cucumbers. Zucchini. I got 6 zapallitos. Didn't mean that one, just pulled it off by mistake. I got a big handful of long beans, snake beans. I got a big handful of runner beans, broad beans, and a handful of these. These are what would become kidney beans, but we've been eating them like this. They're really good, and those plants are super prolific, so they just keep going and going. I could take some acelga, chard, and some rocket, but I don't have any use for it right now. And I've got 3 eggplants that I could take at any time, but again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, and I think I got one in the fridge anyway. Tomatoes tomorrow, the day after. Oh, I see another bean. That's good. And I've got some honeydew melons that I'm dying to pick, but if I pick them too soon, they're done. So just trying to be patient. And look here, one there, and one there. This one's gone past. Look, this vine is still trying. And look, even though there's one leaf on here, there's still some of these bean pods growing. Great. And tomatoes, not yet. Oh, so close, but not yet. Okay, let's take these and get them washed. My high-tech compost sifting process goes as follows. I take a shovel of raw, let's call it, unsifted compost off of there. And I place it on here, which is an old bed frame on top of a wheelbarrow. And then I rub it through, and in the bottom I get fine compost. It's going to take me a while. Then I will take the leftovers, the bit that doesn't go through, and I'll throw it onto this pile, and then I will shovel this pile into the now empty space here, water it down and cover it, start again with a new pile in there. What goes in my compost? Everything that's not meat that comes out of the kitchen, weeds and garden waste, and the occasional shovel or wheelbarrow full of cow and horse poo from the ones that are around. And that gets mixed in with a few handfuls of that or that every time I put the other stuff in. This is the brown stuff. You've got to have a good balance of carbon and nitrogen. And between the 3, seems to be going okay. Well, I was planning on doing this whole thing today, but from maybe a quarter of what I've got there, I've poured out all of this and this whole bucket. This is the waste, the bits that were too big to go through. It's mostly nut shells and egg shells that haven't broken down yet, little bits of twig, but I would say 75% nut shells. So I'm going to have to stop because I just don't have anywhere to put it, and I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with all of it. Right now I'm going to use some of this, and I'm going to fill germination trays and try that lark again, but I'm just going to have to cover this up and leave it until I have more space. If I had more buckets, I could put it in the bucket, but I don't want it to heat up and kill all the good stuff. So I think it's best just to stop for now. It's a shame. Oh well. These are the plugs that came out of this germination tray. I'm going to break up some of them to see if I got any kind of germination where it started and died, or I don't see anything. Look, that's not something I planted. So this means to me, first thought would be that it didn't get enough water, but I know that that's not true because I made sure they were well watered. Not soggy, water in the bottom, but damp. So that means either the seeds were no good. I don't think that's the case because there was a bunch of different things here, a bunch of different plants, and I don't have anything, not a sausage. So I would say that soil was bad and it's killed everything. Remember it had that funny smell? Jimmy said it was ammonia, which is a fertilizer, but I thought it smelled like some kind of gasoline or something. But no, nothing. In 50 plugs, it's cowpea. Not one germination, and I have 3 more trays like this, which I'm not going to bother to go through. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to take this off of this compost heap, so I don't want this soil that's potentially contaminated with something that kills plants mixed in with my compost. So this has all got to come off. But yeah, look. 50 plugs, not one dead shoot or sprouted seed or anything. That soil was the culprit, I hope. This compost heap, to be generous with my nomenclature, was built by me and Felix in the first couple of days that we arrived. We had no tools, no resources, and even less of an idea what we were doing than we do now. And now it's basically just a pile of sticks, so I'm going to have to take the whole thing apart and build a new one because it's just embarrassing, a pain in the butt. Another project. Okay, trying to finish everything quickly because it looks like there's a big dust storm coming. I want to water the germination trays. Look, you can't see on this camera, but yeah, it's got much cooler and it's all hazy with the beginnings of the dust coming in. You got a phone call from a friend in Santa Rosa saying there's a giant storm there and you can see it coming across. So I want to get all this done as quickly as I can before I get hit by this storm. Usually it's dust and then, well, dust and wind, and then if we're very lucky we'll get some rain, but the rain isn't guaranteed, so I'm gonna water anyway. The birds flying around. Temperatures dropped maybe 10 degrees in 10 minutes. Where are these birds coming from? Cardboard's blowing away. So what did I do today? Today I started with the compost, but I ran out of space to put it. Then I took the compost that I'd made, which looked great, and I filled up some germination trays. And I planted some lettuce and some chicory and a couple of other things. This, I don't even know why I'm bothering to water this, because I'm going to take this up. It's not working. Here comes the wind. Super happy with that compost. It's come out great. I'm going to keep doing it that way. And I'm going to start spreading the compost on the beds when I put down something new, because now it seems like I can generate more than a negligible amount in a short amount of time, so that's great. Here it comes. You can see, you can't see, but through the trees I can see the dust just going mental. The house just fills with dust and everything gets dusty. Let me just fill up this. I think I'm going to abandon the watering. I'm going to fill this up. This I'm going to use to water the germination trays, which are inside the shed. I don't want to get hit when this dust storm really arrives, because it really is like zero visibility and lots of branches come down. It's quite dangerous. So. Okay. Let's go and turn the water off. Oh, it's all getting in my eyes now. Oh. Just walking up to the gate to the nearest big field. See how it looks. Okay, I can't see all the way across the field. There's a line of trees over there that aren't visible. Those trees in the distance there, usually you can see no problem. This storm's not going to be as bad as we thought. It looks more like it's gone mostly that way. Just slid by us. Good. Anyway, I felt like today was a productive day. I was super happy with that compost. I got those germination trays redone. I poured a bunch of veggies out. Took the kids to the pool. So it's good. Tomorrow's Saturday. I gotta tackle that big plastic tarp soon and that bed underneath it, because it's almost March and I want to get the garlic in March. That's one of the next big things, that and the chicken coop.